Hey, so look, this is for the people that may feel lost after leaving military or need help finding some purpose. You know what I'm saying? I got some notes for y'all, okay? And I got five like talking points, but that fifth one is really gonna like put it together for some of y'all that felt what I felt. And I'm just here to help. You know what I'm saying? Bars. Bars. But you two goddamn damn minutes went on the path. Pappy! And we are back with another video. And listen, if you separating or just separated and you need help finding your purpose, bro, I can speak to that. You know, I've been separated since 2018, okay? And I really feel like I know what I'm supposed to do now. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna continue to use me as an example. You know, I did 6 years in the Air Force, the world's greatest Air Force. You know what I mean? Uh, I was security forces, but I'ma always claim Phoenix Raven over security forces, even though it's a job within a job. But Phoenix Raven got to travel all over the world. You know, stay in these 5-star hotels, make all this money, and have all these experiences. You know what I mean? And then to separate, and now you're trying to figure out, what to do after you deploy 4 times, what to do when you made all this money, what to do when you had structure and brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever, however you want to call it. You know, the status you may have got. What do you do when all that stops? You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be calm. It's going to be silent, and nobody prepares you for that. You know what I'm saying? So I can speak to this. And the first one is, bro, you didn't lose purpose. You lost structure. Cause think about it. In the military, you don't decide your schedule. You don't even decide what you put on for the day, right? You don't decide your mission. Promotions are predictable. You know what I mean? The 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 success metrics are clear, you know? But when you separate and you do this in a civilian life, is nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? So I really can understand how it can be tough. You know, is you might think it's depression, right? Nah, it's just a lack of structure. Because you've been doing this specific thing in the military for X amount of years. I did 6, you may do 4, you do even more. Am I a rapper now? But nah, be serious, pal. Be serious. But yeah, when you doing that, you doing everything the same for X amount of years, and now it's time to stop and be a regular human being, the human being that you were when you was on born into this earth. It's tough. Some of y'all are going to grow up in the military. I grew up in the military. I left at 19, came home at 25, which are the most precious and prime years for a man, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, it's you go from being be here at 0730 to now you got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is telling you what to do, what they expect of you. Nobody is giving you tags for the day. You have to figure out what it is, who you are again outside of that uniform. And that can take some time, especially if you've been doing the military for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And that gap of finally separating and being a veteran, it is it messes people up, and that's why you hear people say, I miss it. Excuse me. You know, it's the identity crisis is the real killer. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, I don't think this is what vets really admit. You know, let's just use me again. I wasn't just in the military. I wasn't just in the Air Force. I was, like I said, security forces. I was a Raven. I was a deployer. I deployed full time. I was a respected airman. You know what I'm saying? In and out of the uniform. Now, when that is over with, who are you now? You know, you walk into a room, nobody knows you was a Raven Pap. You know, nobody cares about the deployments you had. Nobody salutes you if you was an officer in the military. You know what I mean? And that ego, that pride can really sting when it hits you in the stomach like that. You know what I'm saying? The the purpose feels gone because the identity is gone, dog. And that's just the hard truth about it. You know what I'm saying? And once it's over, bruh, and you like get into the civilian life, you're going to realize, like, bro, this is boring. Civilian life can be boring. You know what I'm saying? Because the military is it's extreme to some, you know what I'm saying, at some point. You know, you have deployments, you have TDYs, which mean temporary duties. Some of y'all gonna have 12-hour shifts. Some of y'all are going to be in positions to where your adrenaline is always pumping. You know, the brotherhood that I spoke of earlier, the sisterhood, like, dog, it's it's kind of a big deal. And then now when you go, you leave that, now your life looks like this. You wake up, you go you go to work, you leave work, you fighting traffic, you you getting groceries, and this is just your new life. And there's no thrill depending on what you do, what you fall into. Like, it's you're going to be going through the motions after the military. You know what I'm saying? It just feels regular, and sometimes regular it scares us because we're so used to intensity. Yeah, like, I get what I'm saying. Like, y'all understand what I'm saying in the video. Like, that adjustment is real. You know, if you see like one of those angry veterans that's always drunk and telling stories and this and that, bro, them people never adjusted, can't adjust. Like, I don't know why, but some people feel like they just need to do the military forever, and I understand, but then I don't. You know, maybe the older generation, yeah, for sure. But this my generation and present in the future, yeah, we use this as a stepping stool. But for the people that don't want to use it as a stepping stool and just really love the military, and then when it's finally time to get out, however they get out, they might get get forced out the military. So you leave in a situation before you was even ready. So now you're depressed because now you gotta find something to do because what you was doing, you could no longer do it anymore. Whether you got hurt, you got in trouble, or it was just time to separate. that adjustment is real. But you know, at the same time, bruh, some people may be romanticizing the military. You feel me? Like I said, a lot of vets say that they miss it, right? But do you miss the leadership nonsense? I don't. Do you miss the favoritism? I don't. Do you miss the deployments? Now I do miss the deployment money, but I don't I don't miss going over there. You know? Do you like or do you miss being told it's time to move? Or do you miss being needed? Do you miss being a part of something? Feeling important to the mission, having direction. What do you really miss? And then once you figure that out, you can finally figure out, what to do next. Like once you identify that, you can figure out a next plan of action. You know what I mean? I really think I really think purpose doesn't just appear. You build it. And building takes time. Like I said, I've been out since 2018. 8 years. Yeah, I'll be that. Yeah, this makes 8 years. And I just recently found out what my actual purpose is because I've always wanted to do YouTube. You know what I mean? I hate that I didn't get this channel started sooner while I was in the service, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We can't go back in time and fix it. But I also think maybe it wasn't time yet. Because if I do what I do now back then, what would be my new purpose now? You know what I'm saying? So everything happened for a reason. But up until I figured out what it is I wanted to do on my channel, which is now I know is helping y'all, giving y'all my experience, sharing my funny stories, making sure you have a better career than mine. I threw a whole bunch of noodles at the wall to see which one was gonna stick. And guess what? Which one stuck? The lane I'm doing now, sharing my military experience. And I don't know how long I'm gonna do this, but you know, this is my purpose now, and I enjoy it. I enjoy, you know, speaking into something to help y'all have a better experience. You know, there are going to be a lot of 19-year-old kids that want to join the military and they want to listen to somebody that can relate to them that joined at 19 years old and got out at 25. Like, what was life like for me in the service as a black dude? And I have that. And Ben had it, but didn't know that this would it would come down to. And I'm 8 years out. And along the way, I'm doing all these businesses. I did transportation. I did vending machines. I did logistics. Now I'm doing wine and YouTube. And now I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I enjoy it. So, You got to ask yourself, what do you enjoy doing? Do you like fixing cars? Do you like building stuff? Do you like leads? Like what do you love to do that you can monetize? Because I gotta keep it real. You can find a way to monetize any and everything. There's a market for anything. And the reason I mentioned monetize it is because you still gotta live now. You still gotta live. The bills don't stop. So I'm not gonna tell you to do this stuff and all this for free. Oh no. Oh no. But if you can identify that as soon as you like separate from the military, you won't end up like me. You can get the ball rolling faster, sooner. But everybody process is different. Everybody journey and story is different. What worked for me may not work for you, and what worked for you may not work for me. But you have to identify it. Only you know what you want to do, or what you're good at, I should say. I know that I'm I'm a person with a big personality. I'm entertaining. I'm goddamn good looking. You know what I'm saying? But with that, I have knowledge on a subject that's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I have these stories I can tell y'all, and who knows what this doing this for y'all, who knows what can come from this. And they're like, damn, Pap, all you do is talk to a camera and you became who you wanted to become. Yeah, and you could do the same thing. I found out, I figured out my purpose, and it took, I say, 7 years, 6.5, 7 years. But I'm trying stuff. I'm trying stuff. Do I get tired of doing this sometime? Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I get tired of doing this because sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. Not because this is annoying to me, but sometimes I feel like I really care about what I put out. And I don't want to give y'all any bad information. And sometimes I just feel like I'm not wasting my time, but I'm just a very hard critic on myself. I just say, because I want to give y'all the best product that I can. But I'm also human. I'm also human. But y'all keep me going with the liking of the videos, the commenting. Y'all be DM me on Instagram, like y'all speak life into me as I'm helping y'all. Little do y'all know. And so I don't care if I help one person. I'm happy. I'm happy. So to sum that up, purpose after the military usually comes from building something. You know what I mean? It comes in, or yeah, it comes from serving in a new way. It comes from becoming disciplined without someone forcing you to. That's where purpose comes from. So if you cannot identify that, you're gonna be good. Cause I'm gonna tell you this: nobody hands you purpose in the civilian world. You build it. You know, I didn't just find purpose in the Air Force. You know, it was assigned to me, and it was assigned to you, whatever branch you was in, and that's a big difference. Okay, but yeah, I just had to get on here and really speak to y'all because I can relate to all the veterans that's feeling lost, feeling like they made a mistake of separating. Yeah, I know what that's like. I do I miss it sometimes? Hell yeah, because that was a part of my life. It's like somebody missing college after graduation. You know what I'm saying? If that was a part of your life, so and it made you who you are today. So everything that you're feeling, thinking, like that's real. And I want to tell you, it's okay to have those feelings, those thoughts. But once you find what your purpose is, you're going to be gonna be good. Yeah, you can miss the military, but you can be like, yeah, this civilian like sweet. I love it. You know. So I really hope this video helped y'all. And if it did, let me know which part did in the comments. Alright. I got plenty of content like this, so you want to check out some more videos. My channel is my videos on I don't talk about any and everything. If I got any more questions, bro, drop them in the comments and I'll make a video on it. But yeah, since the video topic is over with, I also want to ask y'all a question. I've been thinking about like coming up with like a shirt, and I think I want to do like a sand tee because I think that shirt will be something you can wear on a uniform. So I'm still thinking of the idea. I don't even know what the shirt will say, but yeah, I wanna give y'all a product. But besides the wine, you can still get the wine too now. You can still get the wine. Okay, I'll leave a link down in the description. PappyPotion.shop. But I do want to, give y'all like a military product. So I think a sand tea would be dope. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. Cause if y'all want some, bro, we can cook something up. Have a little sand on there or something. And I be saying a lot of stuff, so I don't even know what sand really sticks. But yeah, we'll figure it out if that's what y'all want. So let me know. Give me some feedback on that in the comments as well. But yeah, I do appreciate if you watch this whole video, bro. It means a lot that y'all listen to little old me, man. Little old me. And I know y'all been asking for some more stories, and I got y'all. But you know, majority of my stories involve women or situations, and I'm older and mature now, and and I'm married, so I can't just be and it's just not player. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all want to know that stuff, but it's just not player. But I'll speak on when I can speak on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, I appreciate all the love support. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And I'm out, dog.